Okay, doke, guys. So we have all of our stuff that we were working on last time is now all up and running. I've got all the fluids coming in, so we are making all of the belts, blues, the reds, the yellows, what have you. Now we're not making the blue splitters because we're not bringing in red circuits yet because it's expecting them by bot. We have all of our modules being produced and output, and we have our blue circuits being produced and output. Now, if you noticed, we are starting to see a lot more attacks hitting our walls that are actually giving us damage, and over time we're having to go out and replace some of the lasers and stuff. So the lasers are still effective, but we need to increase our defenses. So it is time to bring the fire. Now, a couple of things with that. One, we got to start building flamer turrets. Two, we don't have any oil within our little base here. But up here, we have 3 nice patches. Boom, 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 right in a row. So if we come up a little bit and we harvest those patches, that's going to give us the oil that we need to supply our walls. Now I'm thinking, to think ahead, we got 4 million uranium ore here. I don't see any place else with uranium ore except this patch right here. So if we're going to come up here and we're going to take these, maybe we want to come up and increase up and take that uranium as well. That does a couple of things for us. It gives us a lot more copper, which we don't have. We've got some iron in here, but we don't have a whole lot of copper. It's going to give us the ore, or the oil, and it's going to give us the uranium ore. So I'm thinking we're going to be expanding up this way. We might as well expand all the way up. Now it's going to take a little while to do that because we get all these biters' nests, what have you. First thing we're going after is this oil. But I think we are going to expand up, and we're going to probably come across from this lake over and down, which means, of course, we are going to expand out this way a little bit, which is fine. There's some valuable resources out there as well. We got some more oil down here. But the only place right now so far that I'm seeing uranium is here, and we're going to want that because we're going to want nukes. We do have behemoth biters that are hitting our walls and stuff. So, the evolution is real. But that's okay. Like I say, we picked these oil patches up. There's some more oil patches over here. If we come out far enough, we'll pick up another one there. So we're just basically going to expand out. Besides, we need to protect our pollution anyway. The biters are eating our pollution, and we don't want them eating our pollution, so we need to expand our walls anyway. So in order to do that, we're going to need flamers, but we're also going to need that oil. Now, I have been building lasers to go out and take the territory, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to work towards building our flamers. Now, over on the Blueprint website, I found a resource, or a blueprint book. It's Wave Defense Plans, and I really like the idea. It's got a lot of really good blueprints in here. It kind of covers your whole gambit of what you need for defense. This is a really good one to pick up. It's got dragon's teeth in it. It's got little mini forts in it. It's got pre-made defenses for walls and things like that. It's got a pre-made factory for making all of your stuff to make artillery. It's got little starting things to get you going early on in the game. It's got built walls that have lasers and fire and things like that in it. But what we're looking for right now is we are looking for, did I already pull it out? I may have pulled it out already. Let's see. I may have grabbed it already. Yeah, here it is. This one was in here as well. And this is flame turret with box. And what this does, if we look, is it's got boxes for for including it in the logistics network, but it's making turrets. It's making flamer turrets. You're basically bringing in iron and steel, or it looks like, yeah, iron here. Something's flipped here. One of these is flipped, I think. Looks like this one is flipped, because this is going to make pipes, put pipes on. This is going to make gears, put gears on. So this one is flipped. So you're going to bring iron in here. It's going to make iron, or it's going to make gear wheels. It's going to make pipe. And then that's going to go up. You're going to need steel coming up for your engines. So this will bring your engines up, and then that'll give you everything you need for making your turrets, your flamer turrets. So that's the one we're going to use. Let's go ahead. I'm going to grab that out of here. And that's why I had it out, because I looked to see if it will fit, and it will fit beautifully right here. So we're going to plop this one down and get it started. Now, one thing with this is it expects the level 2 assemblers. We're going to put level 3 assemblers in there just because that's where we have kind of moved to. Right? Okay. And now, do we have telephone poles? Let us grab some telephone poles, because we're going to need that, and we're going to complete what was there before. Okay, so I think there's, like I said, a couple of things that are off on this. For one thing, this needs to turn around. And then this doesn't appear to go far enough, oddly enough. I wonder if people leave mistakes on the blueprints that they publish just to force people to look at them. I don't know. But we're looking at them anyway. That's part of what we're doing. So there we go. There's the chest that we were missing. Is it a limited chest? No. That's okay. It'll give us engines. We'll use the engines for other things. So now, we're going to need iron to come in here. Oh, and something else I forgot to mention, which I'm sure you guys can see, is I have finished upgrading all of my belts. Everything is red. The entire factory is on red belts now. The entire factory is also on level 3 assemblers. I just figured, what the hell, we'll go ahead and do it. Now, here we need steel plates. So this is obviously where we're getting our steel plates coming in at. Alright, so we're going to need to bring steel plates up. Excuse me. Alright, so right? Now, since we are now using reds, we can jump that. And since we can, we may as well do so. Right, there we go. And I do believe these require, yes they do, So then that'll make our engines. Our engines will come up there. They'll go to there. And we will start to see I say. Why are we getting an engine on this belt? Why is it picking up an engine off of the belt? Oh, because this guy is picking up engines. Let's not do that. Let's just pick up turrets. Let's not make the engines go into a chest right now. If we need engines, we can grab some engines and we can put them, you know, in our hand from the assembly line. In the meantime, let's go ahead and just start making flamers. And I think we're going to just let it fill that box. I like the idea of just filling that box and having plenty of flamers. Just like we have plenty. You never have enough, but plenty lasers. Matter of fact, let's go down here, pick up the lasers. How are we doing on batteries? Probably need to bring some more batteries down. I did take out one set of factories in order to run that pipe. Looks like we need another chest. So yeah, we got 4.8. Yeah, almost 5,000 lasers. I think we'll have plenty for expansion purposes. So we should be able to come up here and cut this off and come across. Now, what we don't have yet is a means of doing that. And we're almost done with our weapon shooting speed. As you can see, we are now to the point where we can research our Spidertron, and we can research our artillery, and we can research nukes, and we're going to do those. These other ones I'm not in as much of a hurry for. I want to get the big three kind of out of the way. They are expensive. We're going to want uranium ammo at some point. That is definitely a want. So 2,000, 2,500, 5,000. I'm not worried about the rocket silo yet, to be honest with you. You know, that gets us into the space science, and we're not trying to get to the point of finishing the game at this point. We will want those simply because of the unlimited research. I do want the Spidertron first, though. We want the Spidertron because we can use that to get around, and we want the artillery, and then we want the nukes. That's going to take a long time for that one, but we want it. And we want it so that we can start really kind of blowing the biters up. Plus, that way we can start producing nukes, because that is the reason I want that uranium patch. This uranium patch is going to start making atomic bombs. This uranium patch down here will feed us for a long time as far as power goes. But this uranium patch up here is going to give us atomic bombs. So that's our plan. I want the Spidertron to be able to come up here and start clearing this stuff a lot easier. So there is where we stand right now. So So let's see, what else do we really need to start automating building on? I mean, we're making tracks, we're making walls. All right, we're not using these very often. We can make them by hand. Same go, we're making these automated. We're making most of this automated. We're making these automated. We're making these automated. We're making these automated. We don't often need pumps, so we're okay there. This is all automated. We don't have a tank. Maybe we want to build a tank, but if we're going to, if we're that close to Spidertron, maybe we're just Spidertron it. I do have to go up and look and see why our research is kind of stalled. None of the rest of this really needs automation yet. Same goes with this. We're fine on power for now. I think we've already got these automated. We've got these automated. We've got these automated. We don't have assembly machine 3's automated, but we're making the modules. The modules are automated, what have you. We are not making nuclear fuel. We're not making rocket fuel because we just really haven't gone to the point of making the rocket yet. When we get that far, we'll automate all of that. Bots. We're not making bots yet. That is something we probably want to think about, automating bots. I'll go look. I'm gonna look for not right now. We're gonna look for a factory for making bots, to make the frames and everything else, and we're gonna start making bots automated. Is there anything here we need to automate? The robots, the capsules. We're gonna want to automate the capsules. At some point, I don't use them a lot, but it might be nice to have them. The rest of this stuff is kind of one-offs. Once you have it, you don't need to really automate it more. The gates, maybe when we start really kind of getting into trains, and we start getting farther distances to where we have outposts. But there's not a lot that I really feel we want to automate at this point, other than bots. So yeah, so there's that. How's this looking? Yeah, see, that's kicking right along. It's going to take a while. These are not fast. We know that. So let us do this then. Let us keep the cliff explosives. We don't need any of these. We want these two. Maybe we want that one. And then we want these, and these, and these. How's that going to do us? Is that going to do us? Yeah, I think that'll do us. We'll put one down. And we will grab another set of our medium poles, because the medium poles is what we use for our walls. Right, so that fills us up on medium poles. Um, that fills us up on one set of big electric poles. That gives us one set of substations for building that. We're going to take some cliff explosives in case we have a cliff to go through at some point. Yeah. I think that's everything. So let's go up here. And now see, do we want to that first? Or do we want to come up and over, and then we can come over to that? I don't like an inward bent corner normally, because bots fly across the open space that way. We're not really reliant on bots yet. So what if we went over to here, right? Went straight over, because we're going to use this lowest point on this lake. We may even push over further, but we're going to use that down to here, and that gives us that territory. Now there's not a lot in there, but there are a few things. Mostly it's an anchor point, because then we don't have to defend all of this. We just come across here. So what if we go up here and we come across and we hook up a wall there? I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna head up there and we're gonna start expanding. And I mean, we got plenty of power. It's not going to hurt us. And the thing with it is with a nuke plant, we're using that power, or we're generating the energy for that power, whether we're using it or we're not using it. Okay, we got to go around the lake. We can't go. Yeah. So we might as well be as close to maxing out that plant as we can for the sake of fuel efficiency. That's one thing about the nuke plants versus, well, bug it. The nuke plants versus, say, the steam plants. The steam plants only use fuel when they're producing power. They only produce power when the power is needed. The nuke plants, they use fuel at a constant rate. So you might as well run them all the way up to their max load. It's more fuel efficient that way. You're not saving anything by running them below their max load. Now, that kind of works the same way in real life too. Basically, you have two kinds of power plants. I'm not talking about, oil versus coal versus what have you. That's not what I mean by two different types of power plants. Although that does come into play, because like in general, coal plants are a steady power source, and natural gas is going to be something that is going to be quick to come up to power. So they're peaking plants. And basically what you have is you have a base load plant, which is a plant that is going to carry a steady load, a constant steady load, and that's your base load. And then you're going to have a plant that's going to take up any swing. So you've got let's see if we can look at it here. If we increase this over time, right? That's consumption. We don't care about well, we do kind of care about consumption. Let's do just this. All right, so you have these high points in your load, and then you have your low points in your load. What I would normally want to do is I would want to set up a base plant that's going to carry this minimum load of, say, this level right here. And it's always going to carry this 52 meg of load. Then I'm going to set up a peaking plant, which is only going to worry about the difference between this base load and this peak. And it will vary as this load is met. So that would be, in this game, like your steam power plants, where as the load increases, they use more fuel. As the load goes down, they slow down, they use less fuel. So your nuke plant would hold the line and keep a base load. And then your steam plant would take up all of these peaks and valleys, and it would increase and decrease production over time at a rapid rate as far as response. Whereas your nuke plant just keeps a steady, this is it. So when you build your nuke plant, you would build it that this would be, the maximum that the nuke plant could carry, and you would run it as close to that maximum as you can, and then you'd go from there. And that's kind of it is how they do things in real life as well. So, just a little quick how do they do this lesson. Anyway, just in case anybody is finding that of interest, I suppose. So we're going to work our way across here, and we're going to come to visit these guys. So let us start out by setting ourselves up. Let's turn these off. Let's do this. Let's go here and here, right? And here and here. All right, because that way, when we do this, we're immediately going to piss these guys off, but at the same time, we'll have a defense for when they do come in. And then, from there, we can mark our way forwards. Right, and we can come up here, we can do the same thing. Uh-oh. These guys are a little nastier. That's okay. The worms are gone now. All right, there we go. Now to save us on know what? I think we got enough bots. What are we seeing down there? Oh, okay, I see what we're seeing down there. I mean, we might as well clean up as much as we can while we're here. I want to be careful when picking up the broken one or the damaged ones, because they start taking up space pretty quickly. We don't want to take up space. You find yourself in a situation where you can't pick stuff up all of a sudden. And usually you'll find that out at the worst time when you're in panic mode. Alright, so let's work our way over a little further. Now we are kind of putting ourselves in a precarious position in some respects by just leaving these poles out here like this. But, you know, you only live once, right? Life is life, la 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 la. Excuse me, could I borrow some sugar? Just a little bit of sugar maybe? Just a cup. I just want a cup of sugar. No? Okay. Well, tough. Now I know which one it is. Okay. Land shark. There we go. So that's really all the farther over we want to go, because we're only going to be coming from here anyway. We go too much further, they're going to move in anyway. So let us pick up our trash. Yeah, I hear you down here. You're mad about me. You know, I'm new in the neighborhood. I don't know a whole lot. I don't know the HOA rules. You know, I'm parking my work van in my driveway on the weekend. I know. You ever really want nightmares? Living in development with an HOA. Just saying. Just about every neighborhood in Washington State has an HOA. It has to do with the fact that you have storm retention ponds and things like that out there. You really kind of can't get away from them, unfortunately. Kind of is what it is. Now, here's the decision we have to make. We're going to go down this way eventually, but we're trying to take this territory for right now. So do we build a wall to protect our lasers across here? On which side of the lasers? And I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to build it on both sides. Crazy as that sounds. In other words, I'm going to start my lasers coming out here, and then I'm going to build a wall to the north for them. I know this is overkill, right? I know this is overkill. But we can always use the lasers later. We can always use the walls later, so we're not wasting them per se. But by doing this, we have protected them on both sides, right? My thought process. And yes, I could do this with bots. This is something I can do by hand fairly quickly though, because I'm not picking up turrets. Picking up turrets is slow. Putting down these I can do by hand, and it's going to save me bots. And again, I'm not making construction bots yet. That's one of those things we definitely need to automate it. I'm going to look and see if I can find a blueprint that we can use, a good design. Oops. And again, I'm not trying to steal anybody else's work. I've done this a lot. I want to start looking at some of the other stuff that's out there, some of the blueprints and stuff that are out there, for interest's sake. Like I say, that like this wave defense one, I gotta say, I really like the prints that are in it. I'm gonna have to go back and see who posted that. I think it's a good book. Now, I haven't tested a lot of them, but they look good on paper. And I know, building this Muammar Gaddafi line of death is taking a little bit, but, you know, we have to build it once, and then it can stay. Man, sometimes I really show my age in this when I'm playing this game, don't I? Some of you young folks may not remember Libya and General Muammar Gaddafi and his line of death in the sand. You know, this is the line of death. You cross it, you die. And then we went in and wiped him out. Now, we could spend days arguing politics and arguing foreign policy. That's not the point of that comment. There's some things we do right, some things we do wrong, I guess. But it just popped into my head that this was the line of death, and I was just explaining where that came from. I'm not out to trigger anybody's sensitivities with regards to saying something political on my page. Oh my God. You know. Most of the time when I say shit, it's because I have a very dark sense of humor. It's just funny to me. be honest, I think, and I can't say for sure without taking a survey, but I honestly think most GIs in general, most military people in general, have a pretty dark, twisted sense of humor. I think it comes with the territory. I think part of it comes from, you know, you get paid to deal with that sort of thing all the time. And I guess, you know, I think we're going to leave that one. I was thinking about blowing that cliff up. I think I'm going to leave that cliff. We can get around it pretty conveniently. So, I know we're almost out of walls here, but I think we can get to the edge of this lake. I'm hoping we can get to the edge of this lake anyway. Fish. Use the fish. Yeah, I think we're going to make it. Okay, and I think that'll be okay. I don't think they're going to really screw with this wall intentionally, unless they just happen to come across it, because it's not really generating pollution. You know, it's just there. So if they're wandering around, they may trigger it. But for the most part, I don't think they're going to screw with it. So yeah, there we go. All right, so let's head northward. One of the things I need to do is, when I do get my regular bots, is the personal RoboPort toggle. I'm really realizing how this, the ability to switch between weapons per se, is giving me a lot more control on these bots doing what I want them to do, where I want them to do it, when I want them to do it. In other words, if I approach it properly, and I didn't do it there, I can have them lay down the substation before they lay down the lasers. So by the time they've laid down the substation, or by the time the lasers time to come, the power form's already there. So you're not laying lasers down and then they can't fire until they get around to laying down the you know, the substation, because that has cost me lasers in the past, big time. You know, because while they're waiting for the power, they're getting destroyed. So I like having that ability to kind of control when they do their thing. Oh, it's getting dark. Oh no. There and there and there, I think, because then I can come here, place that sub, then place those lasers, place that sub and those lasers, there we go. Yeah, pretty. I like it. And part of that is rethinking my laser creep blueprint too. It used to be I would completely surround medium poles or substations with lasers, but if you notice, I'm only doing it on one side of the substation now. It's given me a lot better control over how quickly I can replace them. And how and also more accuracy in placement. So yeah, I'm liking that decision. Now we got a lot less than what we had, but of course we got all the wall pieces are gone and all the lasers are gone. So, well, most of the wall pieces are gone. Now this is where it starts to get a little dicey because we're getting into the forest areas. And what I should do, and have not done yet, is make myself some flamethrower fuel. because we can set this on fire and it will go away. It'll piss every biter in the world off, but it will go away. And I've not done that. And that is theoretically something I need to do. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to put some ghosties. Yeah, that'll work. All right, that'll clear enough to get us started. Long as we stay out of the goop. Gotta stay out of the goop. Gotta remember where I put my fish. There we go. Nice. Nice. Alright, so we got past the forest. Pick these back up and we'll just run a regular. We didn't want to do that. Not really. We didn't need to do that. Oh, screw it. We're going to end up with some wood. Fine. Okay. Now. Boy, you guys can shoot from a ways away. That really upset you guys, didn't it? Heh. Too bad. Too bad, so sad. Or so sad, too bad. Something. we doing? Oh, we got enough. Yeah, we got enough. So yeah, we made a big loop. We could have come back down here and did that, but you know, we were already in that direction, so what the hell. How's that looking? That's looking good. Because we want to go up to the top of this lake and start over from there. And then we can leave the ones in the middle for cleanup. Now, without denying them the area, they will move back in eventually. But hopefully, we can at least start the walling off process. Is kind of what my intention here is. We can get the walling off process started, and then I can clean out what's in the middle afterwards. It's kind of the way I like to do when I start taking territory, is I like to wall off the territory that I want to take, and then go back in and mop up everything that's inside of it afterwards. Because it allows me to go ahead and get the walls built. Did I miss? Apparently I missed some. Where are my turrets that I missed? Right there. Well, go get them, damn it. work our way. All right, there. Now, how are we looking? 1, 2, 3, 4 that we want to clear out. So if we come this way, I think. Yeah, because then we can come straight up through there. Yeah. Yeah, see, this is why we need to start getting our flame turrets in there, because we are seeing damage. They are getting to us close enough that they're starting to damage us. By getting our flame guys in there and then starting to worry about artillery, we can start to drive them back from our walls enough to keep them from doing any damage. Which will keep us from having to repair shit all the time. Now, eventually, I probably do need to look at a repair train and repair bots. Just to have that set up and automated. Now let's see how far this lake goes. Can we see it? Alright, so that's basically it right there. That's ugly. But that's okay. Yeah, we can still take care of that. Alright, before we do that though, let's take care of this guy here so that he doesn't send his little creepy dudes down here and they turn around and break my electrical supply lines. There we go. You die now. Also, you die now. You guys I don't care about. You're far enough up. I'm not going to worry about you. Alright. This guy, on the other hand, is going to get ugly. So the first thing we're going to do is this. We haven't done that for a little bit. We need to do that first. And then we're going to go one more. Probably gonna regret doing it this way. Actually, that worked out better than I expected it to. That actually worked out surprisingly better than I thought it was going to. To be perfectly honest with you. Okay. So. Oops. How did that not? Probably because I was holding it right on top of myself and I couldn't set it down. All right, that happens. Right, so we're going to come over from here. So we don't need to eliminate that guy. But we got to start coming across right here. Okay. Okay, that's pretty. We're a little high, but we kind of needed to be. I think we needed to take care of these two here. They were close. So now we can come back down and get this guy. Yeah, I gotta say, this is working well. Okay guys, so it has been a good hour or so of me killing biters, and as much as I'm sure you guys like killing biters and like watching people kill biters, I think we need to end this video here. I am going to continue to progress my way across the map to the other corner, and we're going to get this boxed in. Picking up a lot of trees I didn't intend to pick up. Oh well. So there it is, guys. That's kind of the plan. That's what we're doing. We are going to go straight over. We'll hit this lake, come straight over to where this is, and we'll go down. Now, like I say, I don't like making an inward corner. We'll see how well this lines up, but we want to take this uranium patch, and we want to take these. So I'm just gonna continue straight across, and then we'll come back and we'll wall this in, and that's what I'm gonna do. All right, so you guys take care. I will talk to you later. Bye.